What is an unspoken, universal rule all males know? When you reach a certain age, you must groan when either sitting or standing up even if there is absolutely no pain whatsoever. It's automatic. Lol, I'm a painter and started doing it in my early 30s. A customer once asked if I was alright. I laughed because I really didn't know what to say. When leaving you must smack your pockets to make sure everything is there. Triple pat. Phone, keys, wallet. The nod. The WIDE step. Y'all know. When there's a choice between urinals, use the one that minimizes the chances of neighboring another occupied urinal. I had an old man walk up to the urinal next to me, when all of the other urinals were available, and tell me, "Don't worry, I won't piss on you," before unleashing the most aggressive piss I've ever heard in my life. I still think about it sometimes. He was totally going to piss on you if you seemed interested. When you stand up to leave, make sure to do the pocket check. Phone, keys, wallet. A quick slap of the knees and say right, UK. Up here in Western Canada it's VALP. Down here in the most southern part of Canada, Minnesota, it's an alrighty then. Every time you grab the tongs, click them twice to make sure they work. I've had tongs fall apart during test clicks. There's no telling the absolute disaster it would have caused if it had fallen apart outside of a test click. Cannot lose the food to the floor, especially ribs. If a hood on a car is open, you must stand in a circle around it. Similar to grills at an event. Whenever I had car issues, I'd always pop open the hood and walk over to inspect it. First thing I'd do was look to see if my engine was still there. If in fact my engine was still there, I'd look around, puzzled as to what else could be causing issues to my car. After about 5 minutes of jiggling random things, then checking to see if my car was back to normal, I'd go on to my next step, which was to call my mechanic and pay him lots of monies to fix my car. But never before first opening up my hood to inspect it for any missing engines. No dude. After you jiggle each thing, you have to try to start it again. 'Cause you never know, and before you call that mechanic, have your buds come over and jiggle shit too. One of you will eventually jiggle it back into start mode. Never underestimate the power of a good jiggle. Have you tried turning it off and then on again? Do I look like a mechanic? If anything is floating in the toilet when you pee, it instantly becomes a target. Unless there is a shit stain on the side of the bowl, which takes priority. Toilet art needs to be erased. The piss chisel is just the tool you need. You must stand by your bro while he's grilling, and make comments about the level of awesome it's going to be. I did this Sunday night. Literally for an hour and a half, nothing but damn that smells good and this shit's gonna be fire. It was pretty good. I ate 1 plate. Dude, you're supposed to eat the food. Rookie mistake. We must feel the pain of our fellow men who we see being hit in the balls. If a friend buys you a drink, you don't pay it back, you just buy the next round. You must let out a sigh of satisfaction when sitting down on a lawn chair. And there must be someone near to ask you to do something the moment you are done with your sigh. FFS, are you looking through my windows? Anytime you're strapped down a load, you must slap it and say that ain't going nowhere, trust me, just do it. Same with clapping the tongs together a few times before using them on the grill. And you must squeeze the drill trigger at least twice after putting on a new battery. Otherwise the dad gods will cause your project to fail. 1. Squeeze fast, to show the power the drill possesses. The second slow, to show that you have control over this mighty tool. I'll adjust the torque thingy on the front back and forth a few times to get to the right torque for this project. No, I do not know what the right torque for this project is. Anytime you use a stud finder, you must first use it on yourself and say found one. Just checking to make sure it works is also acceptable. 1. Shall slap the bag of soil in the garden center when passing by. I pretty much do this to any bagged product. Dog food, landscaping, rock, no bagged product is safe. Sometimes I get mixed up when I do this and accidentally say that ain't going nowhere. The pioneers used to ride these babies for miles. You cannot call shotgun in a friend's car if he has his girlfriend wife in the group. OMFG, my husband's friend and I are so competitive with this, he shoves me into the sides of other cars to slow me down. That's hopefully the sign of you two also being good friends and it's a game. Or you're married to Turk or JD. You can't really be married to Turk or JD. You can only be a side piece. They will never love you as much as they love each other. When watching TV hanging by the fire. With the guys, if you get up to get a beer, always consult the room if anyone else requires a beverage before leaving. You can shake and you can dance, but the last drops always end up in your pants. You can take a minute to milk her, but then you risk someone walking in and you becoming the guy rubbing it out at the urinal. Never turn your homie into a clown, just to make a girl laugh, that just sucks. Edit. Finally, my wise words came to the light. I turn into a clown for my homie. Gotta make them look better. If you with your homie and his crush rolls up, you aren't the funny one. Most dudes either don't care about this one or just don't know it. Needs more recognition. Not many guys tell their friends about their crushes. My two best friends do tell me about their crushes, and I follow this rule like it's the law, giving easy opening for them to score with a joke. If they leave an opening, don't take the shot. It's not worth it and you're doing your friend a disservice. Optional, laugh a bit harder than you usually would when they make a joke. I have a friend who is an absolute master of this. He has noticed that I was into a chic before I even noticed it, and was already laying some groundwork for me. I'm 32 now and it's been that way ever since early on in high school. I try to do this, too. But I'm not as observant as I like to think I am. So sometimes I'm the funny one until I'm told they're crushing on them or until I notice it. Protect your junk at all costs. There's a reason why cowboys wear jeans in the desert. To be stylish OFC. A stud detector will not work if you don't first point it at yourself to find the biggest stud around. Borrow a car, bring it back with more gas than you started with. I know some guys that don't know this rule. I notice you said guys, not friends. Good call. Always leave one urinal between you and the other guy, it's bratiquette. And if you can't, never look at their donger. Nor grab their donger. Nod down to guys you don't know, not up to friends. One time I was sleep deprived and grocery shopping, eyes randomly locked with some dude I didn't know as I was scanning for open registers. He was just hanging out in line, and for some reason my brain wires got crossed and we guy nodded, but I accidentally nodded up instead of down, and I looked away but he did a double take. It was a disaster. He spent the next few minutes looking back and squinting at me, trying to understand why he didn't recognize me and clearly trying to decide if he should say something. That was 8 years ago and I still haven't recovered from the experience. The duck man, you probably messed that guy up more than the I like bananas guy. Only the driver can modify anything on the dashboard from the car. Unless that driver has verbally designated the co-pilot to certain duties.